Back in 2018, when Apple released the XS and XS Max, they also introduced the iPhone XR, which was supposed to be the budget version of their flagships, even though we know that's not true. People loved it a lot. In fact, I think it sold more than the XS and XS Max. So it just made sense for Apple to, the following year, create a sequel. And they made it even better than the XR in so many different ways. And then dropped the price by $50. That's pretty huge. In 2021, it's now $100 cheaper. $100 cheaper than it was. So it's still selling like crazy. And in fact, people are saying that the reason why the 12 mini kind of disappointed was because people are buying the 11 instead. So we're just going to, I guess, take a deeper look into why the 11 is such a great deal. Who should really buy the iPhone 11? Why should you buy the iPhone 11 and not any other iPhone? Now, obviously, if you're in the Android world, you would notice that phones in 2020 and especially 2021 don't have humongous notches on them. So, first of all, if you're looking for sleek, minimal bezels, then yeah, you're not really looking at the iPhone 11. And that's actually, in my opinion, the bigger deal. Like, a lot of people, when they think about the problems of the iPhone 11, it's usually the resolution of the screen, the fact that it's an LCD panel and it's 720p. But really, for me, it's the bezels. Like, it's considerably, noticeably thicker than something on the XS, for example. But in the end, you would notice that you would adapt to it either way. The same way, since 2017, we've kind of gotten used to the notch on iPhones. It's not a problem. And in terms of resolution, well, the display on this phone looks really, really good. Like, I'm sorry, it does. And I know numbers are important, but practicality is more important. Obviously, if you're pixel peeping, you're looking for the differences, you're looking at the deep blacks, all of that stuff. If you're comparing the iPhone 11 to any other OLED iPhone, you are going to notice that yes, one is better. But if you're just using your phone like a regular person would, you are a regular person, right? Then you wouldn't have any problems with the iPhone 11. Literally, it's very good. It's one of the best LCD panels I've ever seen. Anyone has ever seen. So I would say display isn't necessarily a problem. But size could be another problem. Are you someone who wants a more compact phone? I kind of noticed as I just held the iPhone 11 that it was 1, heavier, and 2, thicker. Yeah, it was thicker and bigger, so wider and taller than the iPhone 10, for example, which I was kind of already used to. So now that's enough talking about downsides. Let's look at why people love the iPhone 11. Well, the first thing that comes to mind for me would be the battery. So the XR, when it first came out, it had an LCD panel, a lower resolution, bigger battery, and it did have better battery than even the XS Max. And that's the same for the iPhone 11. It has better battery than the 11 Pro Max, better battery than the 12, 12 Pro, and 12 Pro Max. So that is definitely a reason why people might just lean towards the 11, because you really want your phone to last you the entire day. You don't want to have to worry about charge. I would say I was averaging about 6 to 7 hours of screen on time. And that was like intense, downloading of apps and playing games, that type of stuff. 67 hours, it was pretty impressive. And yeah, it doesn't come really with any sort of crazy fast charging, but if your phone, lasts you the entire day and the only time you have to think about charging is when you go to sleep, then I mean, who really cares if it's taking 2 hours to charge or if it's taking 30 minutes to charge? Definitely not the people buying the iPhone 11. Performance is not even a question. It was the fastest chipset on any smartphone. It's powerful. I mean, I don't even want to talk about it. There is really no game, no application that you would run, that any normal person would want to run on their smartphones, that wouldn't run well on the iPhone 11. Apple did not cut corners with the 11 in terms of performance. The performance on the iPhone 11 is fantastic. iOS 14, is also pretty sweet. And yeah, just the fact that you would be getting 3, maybe even 4 years of software updates, which is something that is hard to come by, in the Android world. So again, more reason to buy the iPhone 11. The iPhone 11 has 2 cameras. So we have a main wide lens and an ultra wide. So we saw how when Google released the Pixel 4, they came out with a normal wide lens and then a telephoto lens. People did not like that. So it was kind of clear that ultra wide was the way to go. Photos and video on iPhones have been great for as long as I can remember. You can expect really good, detailed shots on those 12 megapixel sensors. And the same can be sort of said for the ultra wide. Of course, it's not going to be as accurate, as detailed on the main sensor, but it's pretty good. You can still take portrait mode shots with objects, with persons, with animals, whatever it is, you can take such. And I would say, yeah, portrait mode on the iPhone 11 is of course fantastic. You can see from the sample photos I have taken that, yeah, it does work and it works really well. Night mode on the iPhone 11. Again, this was another place where Apple did not cut corners. So night mode does come with the iPhone 11. So if you're that type of person who likes to take pictures at night, that's another reason why you would buy the iPhone 11. Because it's like the cheapest iPhone that you can buy with night mode. Video, photos, they look really good on iPhones. And that's the same with the iPhone 11. You get the same main sensors on the 11 Pro and 11 Pro Max on the 11. So that is, of course, a really, really good deal. So yeah, if you were to ask me, why are people buying the iPhone 11? Well, it's a simple answer. It's cheap. It's cheaper. It's value packed. Really, all the essentials that you need from a relatively new iPhone is still in the 11. And the battery life. I think those are the 3 major reasons why people are still buying the iPhone 11. And if you are in 2021 considering buying the iPhone 11, you should definitely do that. But yeah, that's really been it for this video. I hope to see you in the next one. I am preparing a video on the iPhone XR, which is the predecessor to the 11. So is that still worth buying in 2021? I'd appreciate if you subscribe to the channel so that you don't miss that one. You could also drop a like so that I guess this video gets seen by more people. And I think that's about it. I guess see you when you see me.